Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Keep relax your body and your right palm on your left. Neck head straight in one line. And be comfortable with your posture. And in the beginning, scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Supatdeva, or may I be well and happy. 3 times. May I be well and happy. So mentally relax your body and relax your mind and relax your breathing step by step a little bit. You scan head to toes 3 times yourself, and so we're going to observe the body part by part, and using our inhalation, exhalation, we're going to relax our body. So remember, this is not the meditation. This is just an exercise, because some student asks me. So remember that before we go to meditation, this is exercise. So in the beginning, determine yourself. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. And all the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation and observing the inhalation, exhalation. So in the beginning, relax your body. When you inhale, exhale, remember, do it deeply, gently and slowly. In between inhalation, exhalation, keep a little gap. Focus your mind to your right arm. And deeply inhale to your right arm. Bring all the breath to your right arm. And breathe out. Left hand breathing to your breath. Bring all the breath to your left arm. And breathe out. Your back and spine. Breathe out. Your chest and abdominal muscles. Breathing deeply. And breathe out. Your right leg, breathing. Breathe out. Left leg, breathing. Breathe out. Your neck and head, breathing. Breathe out. Now bring attention to your whole body. Deep breathing to your whole body. And breathe out. Again breathing. Breathe out. Again breathing. Breathe out. Okay, now take a deep breath and keep it under your lower belly area and hold it deep. And keep it as long as you can. And remember, your each and every muscles, head to toes in your body should feel the pressure. Okay, deep breathing and hold it. And breathe out. Let your whole body weight go down. And bring attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. So completely be free from yourself. Don't get into any pattern, any method. Just observe inhalation as inhalation, exhalation as exhalation. And separately recognize. Just knowing yourself, you have to recognize, not because I say so. And at the same time, when you observe inhalation, exhalation, if there is a thought arise, so if there is a thought arise with any kind of unhappiness, anger, unpleasant, and reflect the opposite side of it, like loving kindness, compassion, even regarding yourself. If you feel kind of tired to give up, contemplate the impermanent of life, and we have very limited time here. We will die one day. So before the death come to us, we have to achieve to some kind of success with this our practice. So bring the effort if you feel lazy, tired, if you want to give up practice. And if there any pain, tightness, bothering to you, disturb you, just recognize the impermanent and selflessness. It will go away itself. And if your mind is calm and relaxed, so with that relaxed, calm mind, observe the sensation of inhalation, exhalation, and see what you can experience. Even yourself, remember not to bound to that experience. You are fully responsible with your own consciousness. So don't follow anything from anybody. You are the light to yourself. So that's mean you are fully conscious. You are fully awake to recognize what you experience in this very moment with your inhalation, exhalation. If your mind go here and there, bring it back again and again. Time to time, observe yourself and see where your consciousness, what you're focusing. Take fully responsibility to yourself. Don't depend from any view, any teachings, any dharma. Just with the pure consciousness, observe. Don't afraid to be just complete yourself. Function with your own consciousness. If you experience something again and again, be clear with it. Make sure it is completely, you experience something with the clear comprehension, not the illusion created by your own thought. Keep focus your mind to inhalation, exhalation. Bring your attention to your body. Appreciate this moment. Your life is not your past or the future. Your life is very moment you experience with your inhalation, exhalation. When you wake up in the morning, you have strength to come out of your bed, stand on your own feet, walk to your bathroom and do your cleaning, to drink a glass of water, cup of tea, coffee, have your breakfast. You have strength to share your life with others. There are people around you to share their life with you. Even you live alone. That is more blessing yourself to maintain your life without helping from others. Appreciate it. Pay your gratitude. You are so lucky, you are so blessed. You have this beautiful eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind with longevity, complexion, comfort, strength, and wisdom to maintain that things without getting any harm to yourself or without doing any harm to others. That is blessing. You have a place to sit and experience this inhalation, exhalation. You have a roof over your head. This is blessing. When the day comes to disconnect from this inhalation, exhalation, this everything start to separate from us. There is no way you can reverse that pattern. There is no way you can fix it back. So appreciate it. In this very moment, there are a lot of people disconnecting from this experience. Anymore, they cannot get it back like this. There are a lot of people in this world struggling with life, fighting with death, have fear, anxiety, depression, helplessness, hopelessness, loneliness. As paying your gratitude to your life, share this moment, share your heart with them. May they come out of that fear, anxiety, depression, helplessness, hopelessness, loneliness. May they have the strength, courage, and wisdom to go through the situation and find the balance, harmony, tranquility state within themselves. Not only them, share this moment with your dear near ones, your loved ones, your beloved parents, grandparents, husband, wives, children, brothers, sisters, friends, and family members, children, neighbors, village, city, state, country people, all living beings in this world and in this universe. May all living beings be well and happy. Have a thought to yourself. Let your heart to shine with that loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. So wishing yourself, thinking like this, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. So visualize yourself and send it as a light forward to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side, downward and upward. To all six directions at once. like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma friends, when we look at the human history, thousand years, the people practicing this religious activities, and mostly this what we experience, this all religions is at least the beginning point is like 10,000 years, and after this all the 10,000 years, and within past 3 to 4,000 years, the major shift happened, and all nowadays whatever the major religions came to this world, and it happened as a result of that all the things happened in the past. And after this 3,000 years, 4,000 years, today when we look at the world, that ourselves what we experience is not the such a result or the main purpose of the following religion. So when it come to you become spiritual, the very meaning of that, you look for inner transformation. So then when we look at the Buddha's teaching, and there are two kind of meditation techniques, samatha and vipassana. So this samatha meditation, tranquility meditation, mental culture. So culture itself means the way you develop the mind. The samatha meditation is used to be in the world before the Buddha. And then what the Buddha introduced, as real exactly the Buddha's recognition that he found out with his own practice is the vipassana. That's where the major shift happened. So you have to understand what is the real meaning of this vipassana. We deeply pasana observing. And why you have to deeply observe something? Because mostly as ordinary people, we live with this shallow mind, in the surface level of our consciousness. Just we go with the feelings. The feelings is the very first thing happen with the contact in this world. And before we go to deeper level of recognition, we just react to our feelings. But there are a lot of things in the depth of the feelings. There are a lot of things happening. The contacts bring the feelings, and then the feelings with that contact and the perception and the senses, there is the feelings arise. In that depth of the feelings, there is a consciousness arise. And then according to that consciousness, the desire arise. And with that desire, existence arise. But when it comes to this arising consciousness, it needs the previous experience. So like that, there is a lot of things happening beyond the feelings. When it comes to vipassana level, you without reacting to feelings, in the samatha level, you shut down the feelings and you completely become neutral. But that is not enough. Why? Because once you come out of the meditation, again that feeling start. It same like the vehicle. When you turn off the engine, it's going to be neutral. But that doesn't mean that everything shut down. But how about if you take out the parts, part by part, and you everything take out from the vehicle, and then you think, then it's not going to work. But there is a possibility. Why? If there is a good mechanic, find that all the parts, just think deeply. If that good mechanic, you just separate all the parts and you think, oh, now it's not going to work anymore. No. But how about if there is a good mechanic, find all the parts and fix that everything together? Is there a possibility that engine work and the vehicle going to run? Of course. And that's why when you go to this junkyard, you can buy that all the parts from separate vehicle and you can make a vehicle. The mechanics know how to do that. So see, even you shut down your senses and even you separate it and you stay away from that all, that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So then deeply this understanding how this is happening, and in the deeper level, the desire is the mechanic that who create that everything. And once you know that and yourself, and it never going to happen again. So in the deeper level, when we reacting to this experience, when we reacting to these feelings, the certain things we get, that is the experience. So sometimes when you come to meditation, listen this very carefully, you start to experience certain things that which you're not going to experience with this eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind in the surface level. And some people start to take it as a spiritual experience. Why? Because you sit for meditation. Now you experience something and which you cannot understand how this is happening, and even you cannot see it, hear it, smell it, feel it. It is not even this outside world. And now you bound to that spiritual experience. So the thing is this, how you can recognize something separately from reality and illusion. How you know it is not the illusion? How you know it is real, what you experience? Remember, in the depth of your consciousness, when you deeply observe, whatever you take it as experience and hold it, it is an illusion. Think about it. Write down, and then you can, and like a iron man, so kind of like a iron smith, gold smith, beat it, tight it, burn it, and look, is this right or wrong? Is it possible? Because in the depth of this all, there is nothing. If there is nothing, if there is no self, or if there is nothing that such a thing as in the outside, how something, when it come to your mind and you take something as a spiritual experience? Because the very real thing that happened to you, always you have, your mind should be free from what you experience. That is the deeper level of vipassana, not in the samatha level. Samatha level, that you can experience anything, I'm not talking about it. But what I am telling here, when it comes to vipassana, what you experience, because you go into that and again you see, and then you recognize, and then again you see, you go deeper, then you recognize, then again you see, you recognize. So like that, you're not bound to that what you recognize, or recognizer or recognition is not going to be solid. Always you use it and you go with it deeper, 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 deeper. And then what you find finally? Finally, yourself, you find nothing. That is where your liberation happens. That you can experience only by vipassana level. But it is up to you. No, everybody no need to do that. Everybody no need to experience it. Everybody no need to get into that. It is your choice. What you look, you have to go with it. So, and at the same time, what I want to tell today, especially, why most of us fail to get into that. Why it is very difficult for us. The very reason is we are not free. Our mind is not free. So when it comes to this journey itself, you have to remember the hindrance. The one of the major thing that we bound to this is spiritual practice. And the spiritual practice itself is the come out of the religion. Remember, you can look at the history, the organized religion. It doesn't matter. I don't want to mention about any other religion. I want to talk about only the Buddha's teaching. So if the Buddhism is an organized religion, remember, you cannot attain to enlightenment. If the monks or any teacher tells, oh, you have to do exactly like this, exactly like this, exactly like this, like that, you cannot attain to enlightenment. And sometimes people are going to get disappointed for this. That is good. Some monks going to be crazy hearing this. That is good. Because that is where then you start to think. So if you don't get disappointed, or if you not going to be upset by hearing this, maybe you already understand what I tell, otherwise you don't understand this. This both, it's okay. So the thing is this, why I say so, because the very important tool when you come to vipassana level of practice, your mind should be completely free from the views or the teachings. You have to be total 100% responsible for your own consciousness. That means you have to be the completely light lamp for yourself. When it comes to the completely means, even you cannot be one person depending from something. And the most of why the organized religion cannot do this, because the organized religions always trying to bound the followers to that teaching. When you bound to teaching, you are not free. That's why this entire world, even though 2000, 3000 years now old, all the organized religions, as a humanity, we are failed to so far in this journey. Our spiritual practice or our religious practice is not capable to transform people, and it just only capable to maintain that religious organizations, not transform the people. It just trying to maintain it. But our purpose should be, whoever look for, if anybody comfortable with that, I wish you the best, go with it. But if anybody look for enlightenment or the nibbana or complete cessation, complete liberation, the very first thing, remember, take fully responsibility within yourself. That is what the Buddha is teaching. That's why this get into that. There are steps that you have to go. You have to have a faith regarding the teachings, because otherwise you're not going to go into that. And you have to discipline yourself, and that will help you to not to get disturbed from the social environment, and the mentally you are not going to disturb. And this all finally come to a point to give a gift for you and responsible the total freedom yourself. And when you, because if you bound to something, you are not free. Just try to understand. Even that if the monks tell, if I tell, okay, follow inhalation, exhalation, and this is the beginning, this is the middle, and you bound, if you bound to it, your conscious not free. And why mostly people bound to that? Because they have fear. Because of the fear, we are afraid to become free ourselves. That's why we mostly bound to a lot of practice. That's why we follow things. But if you follow something itself, your consciousness not free. If your consciousness not free, you cannot recognize something very clearly. So that's why in the Vipassana level, in deeply, what the Buddha was trying to explain to you in his teachings, in deeply when we observe the teachings, at it giving the complete freedom from the all other views. And when you can have that freedom and observe something, that observation have capacity to take you more deeper beyond what you experience. Why we get tangled with the experience? When we observe with the self-centered mind or the ideas. So when you have a view regarding any religion, even that also self-centered idea. And when you observe something, listen this very carefully. When you observe something with the self-centered idea, in that observation, if you experience something, you start to connect that experience to your self-centered mind. In that very moment, You cannot experience, you cannot go beyond your own experience. That's why in the meditation practice that the Buddha mentioned, don't stuck with this high mental powers or the showing it to others or doing kind of like miracles. Don't get into that. And that's why the Buddha mentioned even that staying in the tranquility state and attaining to different kind of high mental powers, so the dhyana is no point. Of course, in this spiritual path, it's you can get it as a result of it, but that is not the final destination. The final goal, getting to this nibbana, for that, remember, you have to become free from your own experience. And that experience mostly come as a good experience, the spiritual experience. If you are really getting to the path, you cannot have experience. You have experience mean in that very moment you interconnected to self view, and then anymore you cannot go beyond that experience. You stuck in that experience, and that is illusion. That is the illusion. And so it is your responsible then, when you have the fully responsibility, fully awareness, and what you experience, there is you have power to go deeper, go deeper, go deeper, and until you get into that, the final point of nothingness. When you come to that recognition, the itself you have power to understand. There is no even the observer. There is no such a thing called experience. We just in the moment, we go with it. And that is where you have no view come with this right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad, like that. Even the surface level, we try to do these things. We like to think like that way. But end of the day, we get tired out of it. We fail out of it. And then we get only we have disappointment. So the very reason is, without the clear journey yourself, don't try to enjoy the destination. But when you have the right journey itself, the achieving to the destination is there's nothing to enjoy, because already you enjoy the journey. But mostly what we see ourselves, before we don't have a journey, but we like to experience the destination. It will never come. It is just, that is what called the illusion. That is what we see everywhere. So then yourself, and try, when you close your eyes and don't bound to any teachings, don't bound to any kind of pictures, don't bound to any kind of statues, and don't bound to any kind of believings, and completely be free. And remember, you are your whole responsible person yourself, and take fully responsibility. Don't afraid for that. And when the day come for you, and observe, and without stopping with your, because in that moment you have strong will to go through the experience. And that's way, the moment by moment, when you have reached to your destination, that you will see what is the beauty of this vipassana level of practice. So it is something for you. And there was a king, and then this king was trying to see the behavior of his people. So one day what he did, he went to a village, and then in that village there is a the road go through the forest to other side of the village. And then he took a huge rock, piece of rock, and put in the right of the middle of the road and hide somewhere and look what his people doing. So there were a lot of rich people and go through this road, but when they come to this huge piece of rock in the middle, and what they does, and they slowly go around it, and no one trying to do anything. And then there was a farmer, and he came with his cows, and he had a bucket of vegetables, and he carried it, and with these cows, and he saw this piece of rock. What he did, he put that bucket, the vegetable basket on the side, and he start to move the piece of rock because it blocked the road. And then he used that cows to pull the piece of the huge rock, and the cow was so tired. And then what he did, the vegetable basket that he had for his family, his meal, he feed to cows. And then he strengthened the cows and pulled the piece of that huge rock out of the road. The king was watching this. And then once he pushed that piece of rock out of the road, and he found huge bucket of gold coins. And the king came cheering and clapping and wished him the good, and brought him to the assembly and show him to the whole country and gave example. So when you practice deeper level, you have to do the same thing. So remember, your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind is this all kind of like cows. We trying to help. That's we trying to get help. And at the same time, we have desires, this kind of like a bucket of food. So then yourself remember. And when you wanna remove something out of the road, because of, for you, for others, and try to remember, strengthen yourself and be strong yourself, not something feeding from outside. No, learn to feed from your own desire to strengthen yourself rather than feeding from outside, and try to do the good things with the bigger reason. And when you do that, the other people will get benefit, and even yourself, it becomes more comfortable. So underneath this all, finally you will find the gold. But our purpose should be itself in this spiritual practice the same. Not just material way of wealth, but in a deeper level. Remember, out of this all hindrance, behind this all hindrance, if you push them away and strengthening yourself rather than the feeding from outside, and strengthening yourself, then there is a day come when this all hindrance disappear, and you will find the ultimate bliss of Nibbana. So think about it and practice yourself and understand deeply. Don't afraid for anything. Be completely free yourself. And with that freedom, sit and close your eyes and go deeper, and even don't stuck with your own experience. When the day come for you that to come out of your meditation without any experience, that is the day you will see your journey is complete. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patient courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbitiyo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata cha ammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe dattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idammi punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.